The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 370 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Bicycle Stargazers Observatory playing cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we'll get. But before we start, these are still fully sealed in that cellophane, so we're going to have to grab that pull tab, because this deck actually has a pull tab, and crack them open. Now that that's off, as you can see, it's in a standard glossy finish tuck box with a little bit of silver foiling there on the front of the tuck box. So you got that kind of like stargazer, kind of like star back, like space, kind of like night sky kind of theme there in the background. It's kind of like a bluish green color with a little bit of like a darker blue in the middle there. And then you got the bicycle logo there in that kind of like chrome kind of like foiling there. Then you got the little spade there with a little like flower design in the middle. And that says Stargazer Observatory playing cards. On one side it says Air Crush Finish, made in the USA. A little bit more of that kind of flower pattern. On the other side it says Air Crush Finish, made in the USA. Same thing with that same pattern there. On the bottom you got the barcode, the corporate information there. And it was recycling logo. And then it says 2021, the year these were made. And then it says US PCC, made in the USA. On the back, we'll sneak peek of that back design. For the seal, it's just a standard USPCC seal. Like the black seal with the white border and the white outline spade. So now we'll just crack those. But before we do that, on the top, you just got that kind of little flower pattern, that kind of a chrome foiling there. Now we'll crack the seal. Now that's cracked on the tuck flap. You just got some corporate information. The inner tuck flaps are just like the design that kind of just wraps around the tuck box. Now if we take the cards out of the box, on the inside of the tuck box, just plain white, nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside there. Pretty plain. Now that we've seen the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And the first card we're going to get, and not the back design right away, is we get the classic kind of bicycle like ad card there, which says bicycle, and then it says connect us with, and then the different social media pages and their website there at the bottom. Then on the other side, this is pretty much the same thing. And now we got that back design here. And I'm not entirely sure if it's I'm pretty sure it's just a one-way back design, because I don't know if you could mirror this design or not. It kind of looks mirrored, but it could be a one-way back design, because right here and here look kind of slightly different. So it kind of looks like a one-way back design, but we'll find out here. But it is that kind of like night sky kind of vibe to it. It's like a blue and like greenish colorway there. You got the big flower there in the middle, and then that kind of circle design around. You got the little stars in the background, like that kind of like dark, deep, like space kind of color, like the dark blackish blue color there in the background there. And it is a fully like, it's a borderless back design there. There's no border there, so it's fully inked on the back. So it's fully inked back, so like the edges could chip a little bit. They don't start peeling and turning white. This one's still brand new, so it doesn't have those peelings yet, but like in the corners, like over here more, it would like start like, peeling, and like the ink would start wearing away on the edges there. And if you flip it over, it's definitely a one-way back design there. It's like kind of like a subtle one-way back design, but it's still one-way back design just because that flower shape in the middle is a lightly different shades all the way around. Like there's still like, that's pretty much like mirrored, but like the flower in the middle is a little bit different there. It was a one-way borderless back design. And now for the cards you get with the deck. And here we start with the first Joker, and it definitely has that kind of Stargazer like background design there. So you got like the space there with the blue and green kind of colorway. It says Joker there. And you've got that kind of galaxy like Joker there, which is kind of like half solid, half clear, where you can kind of see a little bit of the background through them, using that white colorway. And then you get a second, pretty much identical Joker. It says, except they're swapped colors, so where it's like clear on him, it's solid here, and where it's solid here, it's clear on him. There. So pretty much, and the backgrounds look pretty much all the same on all the cards. So it looks like all the cards have that same background. So I won't really mention that throughout the cards, but they all have that same back design, like background color. Then you got that custom Ace of Spades here. It's the same spade you've seen on the front of the tuck box, but a little bit easier to see, less shiny. There you got that fancy spade there with that flower design there. That other little design around it. And that's just the United States Playing Company, made in the USA. There. And then you got that same design throughout the rest of the spades there. So the big spade here corresponds to the little pips here on the rest of the spades there. And they'll have that kind of same like flower little design there. Then you got the white pips and numbers there for the corners. And obviously the spades are in that white color as well. And you get the Jack, Queen, King of spades. Pretty standard design, just in that kind of like almost like a neon kind of colorway, like a neon sign almost, like kind of glow off the page. Then that white colorway, so like more of like a negative kind of like design there. And then you got the custom diamond there. And they still have that same back design, so all the cards have that same back design there. But then you got that custom diamond there, with the flower design in the middle once again. There, and then the lightly custom corner pips there, in that red color. It's a more lighter shade of red there. Then you got the little fancy border going around the diamond, and that design goes throughout the rest of the smaller diamond pips there. And then you got the court card Jack Ring King. Once again, pretty standard, just in that all red colorway there, with the little see-through bits, so you can see a little bit of the background through them there. And then you got the clubs here, Jack Queen King club, same thing. The standard design, just in that kind of like a bright white colorway there, and you can see the background through them. And then you got the clubs here, custom clubs there with that little flower design. So all this looks like all the pips have that little flower design in them, just in a different little orientation because of the shape of the pips. And they still have that white numbers in the corners. And you can see a little bit easier on the ace of clubs. And then lastly, the hearts, Jack, Queen, King of hearts, once again, standard design, just in that kind of all red colorway there, with the little see-through bits. And then you got the hearts here with that flower design once again, that same kind of design. Like the back design is just within the pips, is what I'm initially saying through all these cards. There's the custom heart design, a little bit easier on the ace of hearts. And then the last card in the deck is, because there's only one extra card, I guess. Oh no, we have that add card, and then the two jokers, and then this is the extra card. Well, it is a double backer of that back design. But now that we took a look at the cards, let's test the handling. And first, before we start that, I'm going to say sometimes the ink could make it like a little bit of a thicker deck. Not always, because it is like fully inked on the faces and the back design there. It could be a little bit thicker, but not always. But now first, we'll test the handling and durability with first the springs. Well, it seems like a slightly more stiffer deck. Oh, so I have to put a little bit of effort to like spring these. Well, not too much. Like, they're not like incredibly stiff or anything. They do have a little bit of flex to them. So the more springs I do, the more looser it gets. And a little bit easier it gets. So pretty nice springs there. No issues there. Just a little bit stiffer of a spring. So you gotta be careful with the stiffer springs, because the cards could like slip out of your hands a little bit. And on to the fan. And that nice fan there with the different gradients. It goes from like a lighter color to dark there. And this deck has like different corners, so if you would do like a reverse fan, it'd kind of be the opposite, where it's dark in the middle and then gets lighter towards the top there. So you have like two different ways of fanning it. These cards are incredibly smooth. They're brand new, but they're still like fantastically smooth. They spread pretty evenly. You can see most of the pips and numbers, and that got that cool gradient once again there. And you got the nice colorful corner, like the numbers there, the red and the white. And now time for what's next? Anyway, I just blanked out there. Anyway, now time for the Pharaoh. And the interlock nice and smoothly there. Now for a giant fan of the back design. Now for that reverse Pharaoh. The reverse Pharaoh was not as smooth. I definitely had to slightly push them together, but still pretty smooth there. And they weave together pretty nicely. Now for a giant fan of the faces. Now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. And this is the part of the video where that one subtle one-way back design will get a little mixed up. Well, I gotta say, pretty nice riffles and bridge shuffles. No real issues there. They're a little bit on the stiffer side, but it's not too bad. They'll get a little broken in over time. But stiff is not too bad. They make for some great riffles though. Pretty smooth there. Now on to a few packet cuts. Well, some pretty smooth packet cuts. They're not like overly slippery or anything. So pretty normal packetability. Now for that one-handed cut or a Charlier cut. And now time for the dribble. Well, pretty smooth dribbles there. Definitely a little bit more grip with the back design up. And now time for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, gotta say, another fantastic custom bicycle deck, and this is just one of many of the Stargazer series decks that they have out here. And this one's fantastic. You got that flower design there in the middle, that circle design, and that kind of green and bluish kind of galaxy themed colorway there. It looks fantastic. And you have that kind of same kind of design there on the front of the cards there. And you got those custom court cards there, which are still like that like standard design, just like that solid colorway, where you can kind of see through them. They have little see-through bits, so you can see the background behind them, which looks fantastic. There. And then you got the fully custom pips and faces for everything. So this deck is entirely fully custom and fully inked there. They're borderless design, which looks fantastic. I love that kind of galaxy kind of themed cards. They just look fantastic there, especially in this bright like, green and kind of darker blue colorway. It looks fantastic there. And the white and the red just pops off the cards there. So overall, they did a fantastic job on the design there. And then for the handling, well, these are bicycle cards, so they handle fantastic. Even when they're fully inked from the fronts and the backs, the only thing is they're a little bit stiff when they're first brand new. They're stiff and a little slippery. Like the cards could slide in your hands if you're not like used to it. But other than that, they handle fantastic. There, no issues with the cards whatsoever, and they have that fantastic design. So I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 370 of your daily deck review. This has been the Bicycle Stargazers Observatory playing cards. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.